Well, good morning, everyone. I hope your Monday's off to a good start. You're up and at 'em this morning, but before I can do anything more, need to get me a sip of coffee. So if you have your coffee ready, you want to join me, that'd be great. We'll just take it together, right? I need to take 2 sips on that one. It's kind of a cold morning today. Here we are at about 49 degrees here in Carterville, Illinois. And as I have been told many times, it's much cooler in Cutler and Percy area. So I don't know what to say about that, but it's okay here. Got my hoodie on, and so I'm good to go. Sitting outside, enjoying this weather. So I want to just introduce myself. We can start and get going. My name is Wes Henson. I'm the interim pastor at the First Baptist Church of Cutler. And this week, our devotions are designed to prepare us for the Sunday morning adult Bible study at First Baptist Church Cutler. Sunday, we're going to look at the family conflict between Abraham and his nephew Lot. But before we begin our devotion today, I do want to mention last night at the First Baptist Church of Cutler, we really had a great time. We had a bonfire, we had a wiener roast, we had a hayride. There was just lots of people there just enjoying the fellowship, enjoying the evening. A great fire was going, and it was a good time. So I just want to thank, there were several people involved in making that happen. All we had to do was just show up, and that was all that was necessary. Everything was provided, and we made some s'mores, and I got to try a s'more with marshmallow, and instead of graham crackers, I think we used these graham cracker cookies that were coated in chocolate. And then, of course, I added a little Hershey's chocolate to it, and it was so good. It was so good. Anyway, that was a great night last night. If you were there, you really enjoyed it. Okay, let's get started on our devotion for today, and it's titled Beyond Measure. Beyond Measure. We are certainly blessed beyond measure, and that's where we're going this morning. In Genesis 12, God had promised Abraham to give him, just to bless him so well, to give him lots of land and lots of properties, lots of livestock, lots of riches, and he even promised to give him his own nation. In fact, he said, the Lord said to Abram that his offspring would outnumber the grains of sand in the desert, outnumber the stars in the sky. And so when Abram left where he was and headed for the land that God had promised, and he left not knowing where he was going, he journeyed with his wife, Sarai, and his nephew Lot. Now, as I read through this in Genesis 12 and read the instructions that the Lord gave to Abraham, I'm not sure that Lot was to be part of the entourage, but nonetheless, he was. So as we enter into chapter 13, we see that God has blessed Abram, has blessed his nephew Lot, and has given them much livestock, many riches, and so much so that there's not enough room, not enough land for each of the family's livestock for them to kind of get what they need from the land. And so as a result of that, there was a conflict that arose. We talked a little bit about this last Thursday, but we're going to focus on that conflict in tomorrow's study. But for the moment, our thought for today, I want to focus on the abundance of God's blessings. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20 says that God is able to do above and beyond all that we ask or all that we think or all that we can imagine. And imagine how Abram felt after leaving home. And over the course of time, he lives through a famine. He tells half-truths about his wife. He causes plagues to fall on Pharaoh's household. And all of that is going on in Abram's life. But in the meantime, when we get to Genesis 13, we find that even those things had happened, God was blessing Abraham. Despite his circumstances, despite some boneheaded decisions, God was still there with Abraham and was blessing him. And not only was God at work in Abram's life at that time, but here's the application for us today. God is at work in our life as well. He's at work in our life right now, doing his work within us and blessing us in the midst of sometimes some boneheaded decisions that we make. You see, we serve an awesome God. We serve an awesome God who can accomplish things in our life that we can't even fathom. We can't even begin to imagine. For Abram, God blessed him with great riches, a great family, and a covenant and a promise. So we need to, think about that this morning, of God's promises that he makes to us. And so today's verse, this is what you can take with you today. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20. And it's kind of a benediction. Now, all glory to God, who is able, through his mighty power at work within us, to accomplish infinitely more than we might ever ask or think. Ephesians 3:20. What immeasurable things is God doing in your life right now? What immeasurable things will God do in your life in the days ahead? Think about that today. I hope you all have a great Monday. Enjoy the Christmas of the day, and get on out there and just make it a good Monday. Make it a good day. Okay, I will see you again soon. But until then, bye for now.